What's going on, guys? Welcome back from the Pokemon Masters EX video. My name is Charlie, and today we're going to get into SIEBOLD and Octillery's moveset, sync move, lucky skill, passive skills, anything and everything you need to know about these guys, including some recommended team builds. And yeah, we'll get right into it. So Octillery is obviously a water type, weak to electric, and it's a tech unit, but you could use it like a tank as well, like a tanky tech. I don't know. Let's check it out. So the stats, it actually has pretty decent defense and special defense stats. They're not horrible, they're not insanely good, but they're respectable. And the special attack is not that bad either. But again, you're not doing overwhelming damage. We can increase his damage significantly, but it's not going to be anywhere near, like, you know, Mega Pidgeot levels. Like, it's just not going to be like anything like that. But it is going to do a decent amount of damage. So for the moveset, you've got Octazooka, which has a good chance of lowering the target's accuracy. 85% for accuracy, which we will get into, doesn't matter. Accuracy just doesn't matter. The power is 56 or 67, depending on how powered up it is, against a single opponent, and the cost is 2 energy. 2 move gauge cost. X special defense sharply raises the user's special defense, so it's pretty good. Again, can be a tank. Scald removes the frozen condition from the user, which is cool. Has a moderate chance of leaving the target burned, which we will get into a little bit later. Has a higher chance than usual of actually happening. So you're going to be doing some, that's where the tech part of this sync pair comes in, because it does do a significant amount of burn damage when you have the sync grid expanded enough. But it does 87 or 104 power, 100% accuracy, which again doesn't really matter with this sync pair. Against a single opponent, 3 gauge move cost. The best, which is the trainer move, sharply raises the user's defense and special attack. So again, you're just tanking and trying to do some damage. Sync move is Gourmet Octazooka. This move's power increases if the target is burned, so leading back to it being a tech unit. The more it's, you know, you can get the target burned, your sync move is going to do even more damage. Power of 200 or 240, that of course changes if the target's burned, and with the sync grid. And since it's a tech unit, if you do get it to its sync EX form, 6-star EX form, it is not going to be an AoE sync move. It is just, you know, powers up stats and different things. Not the AoE move. So, passive skills. Hostile Environment 1 raises the chance of inflicting status conditions with the additional effects of moves. So, burn. That's why it's, you know, pretty good. Fortuitous 4 has a good chance of raising the user's attack, defense, special defense, speed, accuracy, or evasiveness at random when an attack is successful. It's really good. It's really good. You're not guaranteed that it's going to raise your defense or special attack, but, you know, anything helps. And Piercing Gaze, this is what I meant when I said earlier that the accuracy of the moves doesn't really matter. Moves never miss. There you go. Just don't even worry about it. The moves are not missing. So when it comes to, like, the lucky skill, you could do, I believe I think Hostile Environment is a lucky skill? I think it is. Let me check. No. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. So that would be very useful for that, ensuring that you're doing burn damage. If you're trying to do as much just physical damage as possible. Critical Strike 2, of course. Or if you're trying to do like a tank build, which you can do several tank builds, with the sync grid, Vigilance would be the best one. And as far as team builds, Pokemon that increase critical hit rate, so Torchic, special attack Torchic, Rosa and Superior, special attack and move gauge, Skyline Swanna obviously for raising speed, defense, and health with potion. Trying to think who else would be really good that might be a good like type skill support. I mean, Starmie would be great, raising special defense. So there you go, man. Several of the free to play sync pairs would be really good. But we're getting into the 1 out of 5 sync grid here. This is the Octazooka build. We got the Octazooka move gauge refresh 3, all the Octazooka plus 4s, even some Scald plus 3s because we just had the energy remaining. But if you wanted to, you could just do get the Scald move gauge refresh, but you just left with 3 energy remaining. So that's why I just like power up Scald. We got Steady Aim, which critical hit rate cannot be lowered, which is really cool. It's where having a support sync pair that has like critical hit rate up, like Dire Hit Plus, or with Torchic, you know, really does come in handy. Only the best MP Refresh, again raising defense and special attack. And then we do have the X Special Defense MP Refresh. So generally not too bad. Again, if you wanted to do a Scald build, we could do this. Boom. Like that. Oh, let's get rid of one more. There we go. So that would be a Scald build, and you're still powering up Octazooka a little bit as well. So not too bad. For 1 out of 5, not too bad. 2 out of 5 gets a little bit better with being able to specialize. This is a tank build for Octillery, where we get the, only the best, the X Special Defense MP Refresh. We did grab On the Ropes, which reduces damage when the Pokemon is in a pinch and is hit by physical attack. So again, not useful against special attacks. You gotta pick and choose the teams that you want to go up against, the sync pair that you want to go up against when it comes to this particular sync node. So if you're going up against a special attack, then I would take that one away. And you could either do like make sure your critical hit rate doesn't go down, increase your speed some more. And then we still have 3 left over. Or you could do this, Burns Energy. And that way you get, instead of doing Octazooka, we could do this. And take away some speed, which is fine. And then you could do this. So it's essentially a, take that away, do Steady Aim. So you're essentially you're still being as tanky as possible, but this works against both physical strikers or special strikers that are your opponent. What you're doing is you're burning them and you're doing critical hit damage with them, which is always nice. And Burn Synergy powers up moves when the target is burned. Again, really nice. But this isn't a full-on Scald build. We'll get into that in just a minute. But we're grabbing like the special defense, HP, more HP, and X special defense down here. So it's much more of a tank build. Oh, we do have 2 left over, so we'll go ahead and grab that speed. It's much more of a tank build, but you are able to do some tech damage with the burn. So not too bad. Really not too bad. Moving on to the next one. This one is the Octazooka 2 out of 5 build. So with Octazooka, you get this really cool Octazooka Eagle Eye 4, which has a good chance of raising the user's critical hit rate when the user's Pokemon uses a move. So say you want to build a team just based on type skill alone. And you have Starmie, and for another water type, you can either choose another striker, or you could choose, like if you wanted to build Octillery to be like a strike unit, strike tech, kind of, or you just wanted to build like a, like, this would be a really cool team. Starmie, Octillery, and Cygnasuit Blue with Blastoise. That would be a really interesting team. You're just increasing your critical hit rate, you're tanking a lot of stuff as well. Yeah, that'd be a really fun team to build. That would be a really fun team to build. Hopefully I can pull Octillery. Hopefully, we'll see. But yeah, this one, you know, we're getting the special attack plus 10 up here. Just doing as much powering up for Octillery as we, or Octazooka as we can. And, you know, that increasing our critical hit rate has a good chance of raising critical hit rate when you use a move. It's really good. And we're making sure that critical hit rate doesn't go down with steady aim. Alright, moving on to the next one. This is the Scald build. And why is this one the Scald build when the other one was not? This one, we have Scorcher 2, which increases the amount of damage the target takes from being burned. Yeah, it's really good. Then your power-up moves when the target is burned with Burn Synergy 3. So, really, really cool. If you wanted to team Octillery up with another team sort of build, that would be really cool. Would be with Flannery and Torkoal, because they do have burn synergies on their side, which really helps them out a lot. So these two would actually work really in tandem together. So really interesting. And we do have the Octazooka Eagle Eye 9, or 9, Eagle Eye 4, because I'm not sure if it's strictly for the move Octazooka. If it is, let me know down in the comments, because I don't know if it'll work only for Octazooka or if it will also work for Scald. Now, if it only works for Octazooka, then this is what I would do. I'd take that away, grab special attack, power up, Scald some more. So this would be the other. If this doesn't work, if Octazooka Eagle Eye 4 doesn't work for Scald, then I would recommend this build right here. But yeah, again, make sure you guys correct me down in the comments, point it out to me if it is not the case. Now we're getting into the 3 out of 5 range. This is, you know, fully expanded Synchrid, really interesting stuff here. This is actually pretty fun to build for this sync pair. So we have another Fortuitous 4, that stacks with the Fortuitous 4 as your passive skill, so that gives you Fortuitous 8, so that's an 80% chance of this happening, which is a very good chance of raising your attack, defense, special defense, speed, accuracy, or evasiveness at random when an attack is successful. So yeah, that's really good. It's really good. This is a tank, another generalized tank build, where we're raising our special defense as well. I mean, it'd be nice, because we grab the defense and special defense over here, but what would be really nice is to get the only the best. And I guess in order for us to get that, why don't we just do that? Instead of getting the HP plus 30, we'll just do that. And instead of doing Scald, we can, we can increase our speed. Yeah, I guess we could do that. Or if you wanted, you could do this. You could increase your speed. Or, say you wanted to use Octillery to help another sync pair get to its sync move faster. Just take these away, take that, and then boom. Do Octazooka move gauge refresh. And that way you're doing really good tankiness, plus you're also increasing stats at random when you do an attack, and you're getting that move gauge refresh. So not bad, man. Like, you can really play around with Octillery Synchrid once you have it expanded to the point that it is, play with-able. Yeah. This is the 3 out of 5 Octazooka build. Again, we got that Fortuitous 4, but it also comes with Critical Strike 3. So if you put Critical Strike 2 as his passive skill, that stacks, and you get critical strike 5. Not bad. 50% of the time you're getting, powered up critical hits. And then we, of course, are, Octazooka Eagle Eye 4. Raising your critical hit has a good chance of raising your critical hit when you use a move. Of course, we team that up with Octazooka. Yeah, it's really, really good. It's really, really good. But of course, if you wanted to switch it up a little bit, and I always like to give you guys some options. So if you wanted to switch this up a little bit, you take away Fortuitous 4 and go over to Only the Best. That way we know our special attack is getting increased as well. And then from there you could do like an extra Octazooka. But if you're using Torchic, I would absolutely do Fortuitous 4, because your critical hit rate's getting, your special attack's getting raised, or with Superior, your special attack's getting raised. And yeah, this works out really, really well. It just works out really, really well doing some damage. Alright, moving on to the next one. This is the Scald build. And again, we're doing that Critical Strike 3, because of course we are. Scorcher 2, Burn Synergy. And again, if this doesn't work for Scald, then I would take it away, get Steady Aim, and yeah, I'll do this. Do it like that. And so that would be, like, if Octazooka doesn't work out, Octazooka Eagle Eye 4 doesn't work for Scald. So if you use Scald and your critical hit rate doesn't go up using that move, then I would do this build and just increase your critical hit rate with like Dire Hit Plus, Torchic, Dusclops, any of the Pokemon that can raise your critical hit rate. So yeah, not too bad. And there's a lot of other sync pairs that have some sort of like critical hit rate increase for all allies in their sync grids now. So moving on to the next one. Here we go. Oh yeah, this is just it's just me, like, I keep forgetting that I always plan out all of them. So yeah, that was just the one I just switched to. So here we go with a another sort of Octazooka build. We're not using Critical Strike 3 on this one or Fortuitous 4. What we're doing is powering up moves with Dizzying Power. The more the target's accuracy is lowered, the more it powers up moves. Octazooka, of course, lowers your target's accuracy. And Octazooka Discombobulate 4 has a good chance of lowering target's accuracy when an attack is successful, so that further increases the chance of lowering your target's accuracy. So it does a double whammy. It powers up your moves and makes you harder to hit. That would actually be very useful for, like, say you got a team where you got like Mega Pidgeot on your team, Blue and Pidgeot, and he's increasing his evasiveness. The evasiveness helps out quite a bit, and the more he gets, you're protecting him by helping him lower the target's accuracy so that they can't hit your main striker. It's not bad. It's not bad. So we've got a few Sync Bomb builds to go through for Octazooka, or Octillery, because his sync grid's actually interesting to build stuff for. So I just sort of had the time of my life doing this. So we got Fortuitous 4, and we have Rising Tide. Rising Tide, the more the user's stats have been raised, the more it powers up sync moves. So again, with this Fortuitous 4, it stacks on the other Fortuitous 4, that's his passive skill. So you're getting Fortuitous 8, 80% chance of raising your stats. That's not even on top of the stat raises that you can get from your supports. So yeah, not too bad. And of course we grabbed some special attack plus 10. The Octazooka move gauge refresh. And the two Gourmet Octazooka plus 25s. But if you I mean, it'd be nice to also have Critical Strike 3 on this, but there's just no way to get it. Unfortunately, like even if we took away that, you need 10, and we only have 7 total if we take away the move gauge refresh. Kinda sucks, but they did this on purpose. They didn't want to make him like insanely, like, have an insane Sync Bomb. Alright, the next Sync Bomb build, we do use Critical Strike 3, and we use the Octazooka Eagle Eye 4, so not too bad. You're raising your critical hit rate when you do Octazooka. You are increasing damage with Critical Strike 3. That also goes into when you're doing your sync moves. So yeah, it all works in tandem together. It works really well together. Moving on to the very last Sync Bomb build. This one is Steady Aim, so where critical hit rate can't be lowered. We're doing Critical Strike 3 on top of Fortuitous 4 and Rising Tide, but we don't have enough to get this extra Sync Bomb, the Sync move plus 25, but that's where, you know, supports from your other sync pairs on your team help with, you know, increasing your critical hit rate, maybe an accuracy boost. No, you don't need an accuracy boost because your attacks never miss because of Piercing Gaze. So yeah, this turns out pretty well. Just make sure you, if you're doing this Sync Bomb build, you have like Torchic on your team or someone else on your team that increases your critical hit rate. But yeah, guys, let me know what you think about SIEBOLD and Octillery's sync grid down in the comment section below. It sucks that it's just really hard to pull, and not everyone's going to get it. Not everyone's going to get a chance to use this sync grid. But if you do use it, let me know what you're using. I'd really love to know. And yeah, guys, I'll talk to you in the next video. Later.